Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for the week of October 5th. So this week I feel like the retrograde, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to move my screen here because it was way off, but there we go. I feel like the retrograde has you feeling a little bit off. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know the details, but I feel like this retrograde has probably hit this Mercury retrograde that ends soon. That's the good news. Has hit Taurus pretty hard this week for whatever reason. But know that things get better. It seems like things are actually getting better. So maybe in the past couple weeks is really what it's saying is that, that the retrograde really probably brought up some stuff that really kind of made you feel not so great. So just know that. But you have the Nine of Spades, which is all those feelings. I am feeling it in the past. It doesn't feel like this week. Although I do think, to be quite honest with you, I think you are stuck on something this week but I think you will work through it. It's weird because you have a bunch of spades cards, but you do have one very positive card, so it leads me to believe that you will work through it. You will work through whatever it is. And it might be because, the retrograde lets up on the 9th, and so that might be what kind of lets you kind of start moving forward. But Nine of Spades is needing to learn to let go of something. There's probably been something you've been holding on to that you need to let go of this week. And actually, what I'm feeling is that for a majority of you, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You'll be happy to see it go, and maybe not right away. And I'm thinking that this is an idea or a plan you had or something, and you might have already had to do this. Some of you, it feels like it was like last week or the week before, and some of you it feels like it's this week. So it's kind of seems like a 3-week long thing for Taurus of having to let go of something. So you definitely might need to let go of something. This is a card of negotiating as well, and needing to become a better negotiator and negotiate at things. And a lot of you, I think, have been in negotiation type situations. Legal things and not legal things, like buying houses, anything that requires a negotiation, and it could even be family related, because you have the Four of Spades coming up next, very similar to the Nine of Spades. But this can be like even negotiating in the household, like trying to get your kids to do something. That's a negotiation. It could be any other form of negotiation. Like I said, a lot of you could be around a house or real estate or, renting a place or something like that, because the Four of Spades does come up. This is a card of needing to really go with the flow and try to create more stability in your life. Nine of Spades is also, it's about letting go of something. The Nine of Spades, it's really the main message. So it's like you have to let something go to bring something in. But this card is, like I said, it can indicate maybe some minor issues in the home, nothing serious. But again, it could be communication issues. We have this retrograde going on, so communication around the house could get all mixed up. The good news is that you have the Three of Hearts coming in next, it's a really positive card. This card is traditionally read as emotional happiness, just being emotionally happy. So I feel like those two cards in the beginning, and you have another spade at the end, but we'll get into that. So while you might feel a little bit weird at the beginning of the week, I think that pretty much by the middle end of the week, you're feeling great, because, like I said, this is a very happy card. So while I think a lot of stuff is like being removed from your life with those spades cards, it's like that removal is positive for you. It's a good thing, even though maybe on the surface it might not seem to be like that, but it is a positive thing. And next you have the Eight of Spades coming up, which is another spades card, obviously. Spirituality will be big for you this week as well. Spades on kind of like a mundane level are very spiritual. They ask you to take a very spiritual stance on things, and again, it's all about that kind of like letting go of situations. That's a very spiritual thing to do, is to just let things be and let them be what they are, and that's kind of it. But this card here, this is an adventurous card. It's about being adventurous even, so I think you might get a little adventurous this week and maybe do something that, it's almost like you're going to do something that you wouldn't have ever thought you would do in a lot of ways. It's a card of having a lot of paths as well. It's actually an easy card. People are, like I said, people are scared of spades because they think they're negative, but really, they're not positive or negative. They're really nothing. But this card it does come in and say that, if you're having a hard time and you're kind of finding yourself bumping up against barriers and not being able to move forward in any way, in any area of your life. This card says it's actually very simple. All you have to do is look a little bit to the left or to the right and just walk around it. And usually there are very easy solutions to your problems with this card. You just have to open your eyes to them. And that might be the thing that you have to let go of with that Nine of Spades, is you might need to let go of, sometimes Taurus, I think, can get stuck on wanting things to work out a certain way. So in their mind, projects and things like that need to work out in a certain way. But you might need to let go of that and just let the project or whatever you're working on or trying to move through, you might just have to let it, go its own way. And you might need to let go of that. And that might be hard for you to do. But then by the end, it's like by the end, with that Three of Hearts, is one of the most positive cards in the deck, just positivity-wise. It's almost like that you see that letting go of it was the right thing to do. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your week.